Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Write to Recite. This is Belal, your brother from another mother, beginning with Bismillah. Today we're covering the third verse of Surah Al-Falaq. We already started with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ مِنْ شَرِّ مَا خَلَقَ وَمِنْ شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبَ. So what we're going to do is we're going to write this. So grab yourself a pencil and a paper, or in digital pencil and a tablet that you can write on, which is what I'm doing, so that way you can follow along. Simply the process is we're going to write the skeleton, then the dots, then the a-e-u sound sign, so you can plan each move, because plan each move, a-e-u sounds similar. Then we do the rest signs, then the strong signs, which is the W's, like this one over here. Then we're going to do our stretches and any additional symbols that are on the letters. So let's get started. Let's start with wa mim. So we've got wa, mim, and then noon. And then we have sheen, ra. Then we have gha. And then we have seen. And then qa. Actually, that's actually a really bad designed qa. Let me do that one again. And let's start that. So we got the sheen, qa. There you go. Much nicer. And then we have alif and idha. So alif, hamza, idha, and then alif again, and then waqab. So let me just slide this over so there's a little bit more room, or maybe even make it a little bit smaller. And then waqab. So now that we've got the skeleton down, don't worry if your handwriting is good or not. Mine's a little wonky because of the digital side. That's why I actually prefer kinesthetic paper stuff, but we got what we got. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to get going. So let's go ahead and let's do our dots. First dot is the noon. So we've got wa mil, and then sharri. We got 3 dots on the sheen. Not the nicest, but let's fill those in. Wa min sharri ghasiqin. Ghasiqin. And then we have idha. And then wa qa ba. وَمِن شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبَ. Now, let's do the sound signs. We have a, e, wa, mi. So we have wa, and then mi. Let's see here. Let me actually, wa, me make it thicker. Then we have a, e, sharri, a, e. Then we have, uh-oh, what happened here? Low power mode? No, not low power mode. Let's get this thing powered up. Hold on a second. Let's keep this in the shot. Actually, this battery is actually low. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap batteries here and keep this in the cut. There we go. Don't worry about it. We'll swap batteries later. I'll just put this to the side. But this is the joys of technology. Sometimes you're going to run low on power. But anyway, where were we? We were doing the a-e-us. So we've got the a, e, and double E. So this is the first time in this video series that we're going to be introducing the twin signs. So I'll explain in a second here, but let's just go ahead and put the E's, U's. So we got Gha. This is a very sloppy Gha, but let me let me do the eraser. Let me rewrite the Gha. So we got Gha, and then we got the dot here, and then we have A. So Gha. You guys, hard to even see this band. There we go. Now it's visible. See here, boom, and then clean. So we got the double accent here, or the double twin signs. So this is E and this is in. So that's the difference. E and then in. So E in, E in. Whenever you have a double or twin sign, so if you have, and I'll just write it out here. This is the first time we're seeing it. So if this is above the line, it's going to be an. If it's below the line, it's going to be in. And if it's above the line with the loop-de-loop, then that's going to be un. So un, in, un. So that's just so as a reference going forward. This is the first time we're going to be seeing it in the videos as we've been doing it here. So now that you know what it is, I am, there we go, boom. So now let's continue. So we have E and A. So E, the, what else we got? And then wa, a, waqaba. So waqaba. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to add our rest signs. Do we see any rest signs here? I don't see any rest signs. However, I want to point out here, there is no symbol, no sound sign, nothing on top of the noon. And what that means is that it's indicative of the fact that there is a rest sign on top. But it goes without saying in the sense that because they didn't have to write it, it's understood you recite it. Well, I mean, you're connecting the letters. But just know that you don't have to write the rest sign in. So I'm just going to go ahead and erase that. But وَمِن شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبَ. Now also understand that because we're stopping here, this also has a rest sign. But if you were to continue reciting past the verse, then you would recite وَقَبَ, وَقَبَ, as opposed to وَقَبْ, meaning you're stopping here. So that's just an FYI. Now let's look at the, what's that? That is a strong sign. That's the next one. So let's go and put the strong sign on the ra. Any more strong signs here? Let's see here. Any more strong signs? There's no more strong signs. There's just one strong sign. And then after that, let's look for our stretches. We have وَمِن شَرِّ غَا. So this alif here has got nothing on it. It's indicative of it being a kind of a simple stretch. But you don't have to put anything because it's a letter by itself. Ghasiqin Idha. So we got another alif over here. So it's indicative of it being a stretch. Waqab. But there's no specific symbols of stretches, which is like north, south, east, or west in terms of if you're looking at a map or a compass. These are individual letters that indicate a simple stretch. Next, we have any additional special symbols. I don't see any additional special symbols here. So for the most part, this verse writing is done. وَمِن شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبَ. Hope you have any, not hope you have. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. This video had a few interruptions in it, and that's okay. I'll see you soon.